Well, this is the pilot, I guess, of our new segment that is going to be a little short series that we do once, maybe twice a month. It is a new series we're calling Breaking Builds. And what we're going to do is, in this series, is we're going to build a Lego set and we're going to answer some of the questions that you guys have asked us every 5 minutes or so, which to you guys will be kind of like every 30 seconds because we're going to time lapse the bits. So you guys get to kind of see it. So you're not watching us build this for an hour and a half. And it makes these episodes to be about 30 minutes or so, give or take. But today we're going to be building the Botanical Collection bonsai tree. I have never built this one before. Alex, have you built this one before?
I have not, but my older brother did.
Okay.
It was about like a year or two ago. When my dad was sick before he died, my brother wanted him to build a Lego set because he's never built anything before.
That's pretty cool.
So my brother got him this to build, but ultimately he built it himself because my dad was too sick to do so himself. So he built this one.
I've wanted to build this one for a while, but for a while it was really expensive. It was like $80 to $100 for a very long time, and then it's finally went on sale, and I think I got this for like $35. And one cool thing about this series is we're gonna, like I said, build this on camera, answer some questions. But at the end of the episode, the big twist of it is we're gonna destroy a Lego set in a unique kind of way, a way that you guys wouldn't expect. And we already have some really cool stuff set up. I'm not going to spoil any of that, but we're going to get into later a little bit about how we're going to destroy this Lego set. So, like I said, we're doing the Lego bonsai tree. It is 878 pieces. It is set 10281, and this is part of the 18 up building series. Now, obviously, you don't have to be 18 and up to build it, but it is targeted towards a more adult-oriented clientele because some Legos kind of get complicated. Like I built the Lego typewriter, and that one made me want to quit. It was pretty brutal. I messed up. It's a lot of Technic pieces, and I got some backwards, and I had to go back an hour's worth of work and put it back together. So it pissed me off pretty bad. I almost quit. It was the only Lego set I built. I built probably over 180 Lego sets, and that one was the only one that's ever made me want to quit.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I remember building. Actually, my brother gave this to me, and I always wanted. It was the Hokusai Wave. The one. It's like the art with the art piece. With the bunch of people on the boat.
I want to do one of those.
Yeah, dude.
They have a Lego Mona Lisa one that just came out.
The Mona Lisa. They have the Van Gogh one.
Starry Night looks.
I want to try the Van Gogh.
Well, so the Van Gogh one is at Target right now. It is expensive though. It's like $150.
Yes.
But obviously, depending on how well the reception is for this, we'll keep doing it. If it's good reception and it's a lot of fun, we're gonna not completely steer away from Kava Kratom in this, but it's a more for people that aren't super into watching the Kava Kratom aspect of our YouTube channel. This is just more or less fun stuff for us to do. If a Kava Kratom question slips in there, for this episode there isn't gonna be any, but for this episode, or for some episodes, we will have maybe one or two questions. Without wasting any time, we're going to get right into this Lego set, and you guys are just going to watch us kind of unpack this thing and kind of organize out the bags.
Yeah, there you go.
That's crazy. Well, so like I said, after I kind of changed it. I don't know if I changed it before we started the time lapse, but what we're going to do is for every bag, we're going to answer a question. So for this one, we have 6 bags. So it's going to be, I do a set, we answer a question, then it goes to Alex, answers a question, back and forth till we're done building the Lego set. So the first question is when did I first have the idea to start the podcast? And it really started so it's kind of funny. Not somebody, but a couple of people over the last year have been like, you seem pretty passionate about the kava community. Why don't you open your own kava bar? and it's super expensive. Like, it's really expensive. There's a lot of licensing you have to get, and you have to get approval. Plus, if I want to build out and do what I want to do for my dream kava bar, it would take a lot of contracting and approval stuff and getting it all signed off on, which takes a long time and a lot of money. So I thought, well, the reason I want a kava bar is to share the awareness of the kava community and show people why I love it so much. So I thought, well, what a better place to start? Will I save up money to open a kava bar than just kind of documenting everything? And then I was like, well, I've always wanted to go into like, as like if my dream job, like my ultimate dream job other than music would be to be a late night host. And I was like, well, why not have a late night show? And I was going through my head and I was like, what words kind of go with late night shows and in kind of like a news themed setup. And I was like, well, you always hear the word breaking news, and then I had come up with a bunch of really bad names before that, and I was like, well, what about breaking brews, because it's kind of like a play on words of breaking news, and it's a late night show, and it kind of just worked out like that, and that's kind of how it got to be to the point of coming up with a name and idea, but I didn't really have a place and to shoot it. I didn't have a studio. I didn't really have any space in my house. It was already full as is. And pretty much the first place I went to was Nocturne Teas, and they were like, yeah, okay. Just don't interfere with the bar. Don't interrupt if there's another event going on. Don't interfere with that, and you're good. You can do it. And it was immediate. Like, there was no, like, they didn't even really think about it that much, and it was really cool. I mean, I'm sure if I would have asked a lot of places, they wouldn't have even given me the time of day, so I really appreciate Nocturne doing that for us and giving us a place. And now we're at a point where we can give them back their Monday nights, because we're going to be traveling all over the state pretty much each Monday. So we'll be back. We'll be back on the next 2 Tuesdays, but then afterwards we'll be in a different city every single week until May 12th. So we're going to be busy. So I'm really excited to see what that has to bring. So now Alex is going to get into some building stuff.
Cool. Switch.
So, the next question we have is, also, Alex, we gotta work on your building skills. That was incredibly slow.
I know.
That was so slow. But
I'm very meticulous. So slow.
Yeah, dude was taking his time. So, next question is if we could build any set, which would it be?
Okay, so I've been talking I was talking to my brothers about this one set. Because I'm a big fan of fantasy and D&D, and I grew up watching the trilogy of Lord of the Rings, every single one that came out in theaters. I went with my brothers and my dad, and the set that I really want is the Lord of the Rings Rivendell.
Rivendell, yeah.
The thing is,
that one's really pretty.
It's so pretty, it's so expensive, and as soon as I saw it, I had to get it. I don't really care about Mordor.
Yeah.
Mordor and the giant tower with the eye. I don't care for that. Rivendell.
It's really pretty. I like the roof of that.
Yes, everything.
Of the garden.
Where everybody came together for the Fellowship of the Ring, and as soon as I saw it, I had to get it.
Yeah.
I don't have the money for it.
I've never seen any Lord of the Rings movies.
I'm disappointed. Yeah.
I've never watched them. I haven't watched the TV series. Haven't read the books. Haven't watched the movies. There's a lot of them.
I mean, yes.
And they're really long.
Yeah, I remember seeing The Hobbit when it came out. I didn't realize like there.
So what's the difference between The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings?
Okay, so The Hobbit takes place before Lord of the Rings. This is the story of Bilbo Baggins, the uncle of Frodo Baggins, who is the main character for Lord of the Rings.
So which one does the guy from Spy Kids play?
The guy from Spy Kids.
The guy who played the guy. He's the short guy in the movie, the one that has the ring around his neck on the necklace.
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood, that's what it is. Man, that's crazy.
Yes. Oh, Spy Kids 3. There you go.
He was the guy.
The guy. I saw that in theaters too.
In 3D.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Elijah Wood. He plays as Frodo, and the whole romance of him and Samwise Gamgee just carrying each other towards Mordor, even though they could have flown to Mordor on eagles. But it was all about the adventure, which, they have a trilogy, a movie, and they're like 2 hours of watch time each.
That's not that bad. I thought they were like 3 hours or something.
Oh, no. The only thing that's 3 hours I always just think is the Avengers Endgame. That's like 3 hours.
No, I swear one of them, like maybe it's an extended version.
I mean, like director's kind of extended, maybe, but I don't think they blow past 3.
Okay.
They really don't. They're really on top. They're really on the time of being 2. Then there's the movie.
Here's the thing: is I feel like I would be into the Lord of the Rings movies because I do like D&D and I like Vox Machina. I feel like I would like that. I don't know. It's a lot.
I mean, if you're into like the lore of things, trying to understand and deep meaning, then yeah, that's probably it for you. But yeah, if you just want to cut dry, get through movie, just regular movies.
Okay.
I've yet to see The Rings of Power, but people have been talking negatively about it. But it's like, okay. I'll never get a chance.
Well, we're gonna combine bags 3 and 5. We're skipping over 4 because 4 is if you wanted to build it with the green leaves, but we're building it with the cherry blossoms. So I'm gonna do bag 3 because literally all 3 is just dumping things into the basin. So, and this is the leaves, and I'll let Alex build the base in the end. So we're gonna do that, and we'll hop into our next question. Cool. All right, so since this is so time-consuming and obnoxious, I'm going to have Alex ask me a question, and we're going to split this one in half because it sucks, and I don't want to build it anymore. So, Alex, what you got for me?
Okay, so, since, with, like, how we're going on a little tour, going across the states, and around the state, and I think we're going to Texas, Dallas. So, is there, like, any... what would be your favorite place to visit, even though it's going to be like going to a podcast or just a little vacation?
So, favorite place to visit for the actual topic itself is going to be Dallas. And that's because, a little sneak peek ahead, is one thing we're going to talk about is in 2016, when Kratom was first banned, the owner of the Kava Bar Dallas was instrumental and in Washington D.C. to be part of like the 8 people that helped overturn the law ban on Kratom. So I'm really excited to talk about that with him. Now, for Kava bars, I'm most excited to see would probably be the Knock, which the Knock is the first Kava bar in the continental U.S. So that's not including Hawaii. Obviously, Hawaii had the first, I'm assuming first Kava bar ever because that's where, Kava originated from. So the Knock in Boca Raton is the first Kava bar in the continental U.S. So I'm really excited to visit that one just because it's kind of like standing in a piece of history for our community. So it's probably going to be Dallas, Texas for the topics, Boca Raton for the actual present area. Okay. All right, Mr. Alex, I'm going to let you hop to this. Okay. Oh, I'm going to ask you a question. If you were to do an episode of Breaking Bites, what would you teach Lauren how to make?
It was Breaking Bites. Okay. Well, let's see. For Breaking Bites, we try to do something like this, like a baking thing? Or
anything. Bites? So anything that's just flavorful, but preferably affordable to make.
Yes. Okay, so pretty much is how to make a good fried rice.
Okay.
Or a chicken stir fry in a way. Anything that's affordable if you're trying to live on a budget, those kind of things are accessible for everybody. So, say if I want to do a chicken stir fry, it's all dependent. So yeah, that's how you make a affordable chicken stir fry.
Cool. Well, Lauren's gonna have to learn how to do that, and God, we gave her a knife, and she scared me. I can only imagine what we're gonna do when we give her fire.
Oh, and also the other thing is like fried rice is so easy.
All right, so we're pretty much at the last bit of this, so this is just the base that holds this up, and then we'll be done.
I feel like talking about fried rice. You just build it. I'll just talk about it.
Okay, go ahead and talk about fried rice.
So yeah, how to make a good fried rice is 1, have rice. Boom, you get 5 big booms.
You get 5 big boom, 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 boom. We're sorry to hear about your brother. Let's give him 5 big booms. Bro, we're gonna get sued by Big Justice and AJ. And the Rizzler. The Rizzler's gonna come here and break our kneecaps.
I'll at least give him credit for it.
And voila, like that, it is done.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we're only doing this once a month.
Yeah.
Because if not, I'm doing it by myself. So after a couple days of deliberation, Alex and I have decided how we're going to destroy our first ever Lego set. And we're going to hit it with this baby, my Jeep. It weighs a good amount of weight. It's got a whole bunch of steel in it. And we're going to hit about going 60 miles an hour. And I hope you guys enjoy the what happens as much as we do. We got one shot at this, so we don't know how it's going to turn out. Hopefully good. All right, let's do it. With Mitra 9, you never expect the expected. You never know how much fun you're going to have. If you really like what you see, show us you like it with a like down there. Shoot us a comment. And we'll see you guys next time on Breaking Builds.
Yeah, I'm Alex.
I'm Mikey.
Yeah.
Peace.